I would love to say that I organized the project, but I think that's like lending what I did too much authority and credibility. I can have intellectual ADHD, like everything interests me. And I live on Washington, South Washington, and was driving home at the time where the Deluxe Inn had been shut down for quite some time, boarded up, just this dilapidated kind of visual monstrosity on the landscape. It's impossible to miss. It's right at the intersection of 496. And suddenly it was this buzz of activity. There were artists hanging out, people hanging out, news crews, people stopping by, families stopping by. And over a period of a week, it just emerged as this vibrant, beautiful, artistic space. And I thought, something has to be said about this. Something needs to be done about this. And I was thinking back over the last 10 years or so in the Lansing area, in Michigan, Governor Granholm's Cool Cities campaign, Richard Florida coming to the area, talking about this need to help shape cities that will attract young people. Because that's been a crisis in Michigan. We have this huge population of young people. They attend our colleges, they're raised in our neighborhoods, they graduate, and boom, they're gone.
Right, yeah.
My involvement started last fall. Danielle had called up some students together to work on this project, and she had an idea in mind, focusing on Riotown in Lansing and some of the interesting graffiti work and things that were happening with that. So when I got involved, there was a larger group of students, and then as it progressed, it kind of narrowed our focus. But we're mainly focusing on Riotown. It's a community in Lansing, right near the Capitol, and how they're using graffiti in interesting and creative ways and in positive ways to help rebrand themselves as a creative community. So it's very interesting how something that's typically subversive or negative is being reinterpreted in these positive ways for the community. And that's what we're hoping to uncover and explore.
I think we have to cultivate and we have to support those sorts of public art projects. And to some extent, I think it means seeding some of the, C-E-D-I-N-G-E, seeding some of the authority and the legislation and the spaces over to our young people. And not saying hands off this wall, hands off the street, hands off this, we own these spaces, these facades, these interfaces, and saying, hey, this is in part your space too. And that raises obviously huge issues with landowners, with business owners, but I think if we want to make vibrant spaces, we have to be willing to say to young people and artists, okay, we're going to meet you halfway and let's make this space our own as a community.